We selected Invictus because we were familiar with the storyline. That allowed us to watch it from the frame of humble inquiry rather than for entertainment. We could both also relate to Mandela's passion for civil rights. Nelson Mandela was the leader of the movement to end apartheid in South Africa. The film starts just after Mandela is released on February 11, 1990, after spending 26 years in prison. Apartheid has fallen and he has been elected president, but South Africa is still filled with racial division and hatred. Mandela wants to unify the country and seeks the help of Francois Pienaar, the captain of the Springbok rugby team. They plan to inspire the nation to come together as one in support of the rugby team's fight for the World Cup. In this scene, ANC supporters have voted unanimously to change the rugby team's name and colors because they remind them of apartheid. As you watch this scene, jot down any characteristics you think show Mandela's sense of interior quality.
I am aware of your earlier vote. I am aware that it was unanimous. Nonetheless, I believe we should restore the Springboks. Restore their name, their emblem, and their colors immediately. Our enemy is no longer the Afrikaner. They are our fellow South Africans, our partners in democracy. And they treasure Springbok rugby. If we take that away, we lose them. I know. All of the things they denied us. But this is no time to celebrate petty revenge. This is the time to build our nation. You elected me your leader. Let me lead you now.
Mandela has just suffered for 26 years at the hands of the Afrikaners. But unlike the ANC supporters, he is not driven by revenge. Instead, he is guided by values of forgiveness, compassion, restraint, and generosity. His experiences prove that Mandela is not asking them to do anything he hasn't already chosen to do himself. This shows great integrity. Mandela also demonstrates here and now humility in this scene. He realizes that he is dependent on them to reunite South Africa. So where does Mandela draw his energy and integrity from? Mandela draws his energy from his principles and his vision to unite the country. His many years of suffering fueled an unlikely response of forgiveness and hope. His love for South Africa and the South African people energized him before, during, and after his presidency. Mandela also leaned on the words of the poem Invictus. In the film, he meditates on it while in prison and gives a copy to Francois just before the World Cup. Mandela was also inspired by the South African national anthem. In a scene, Mandela and Francois talk about how listening to the words of songs inspires them. Take a look at this clip and jot down anything that shows Mandela's quality of inquiry.
Goeiemorgen allemaal. Good morning. How are you this morning? It's good to see you. Thank you for coming on such short notice. Some of you may know who I am. I could not help noticing the empty offices as I came to work this morning and all of the packing boxes. Now, of course, if you want to leave, that is your right. And if you feel in your heart that you cannot work with your new government, then it is better that you do leave right away. But if you are packing up because you fear that your language or the color of your skin or who you worked for before disqualifies you from working here. I am here to tell you, have no such fear. What is Rebbe is Rebbe. The past is the past. We look to the future now. We need your help. We want your help. If you would like to stay, you would be doing your country a great service. All I ask is that you do your work to the best of your abilities and with good heart. I promise to do the same.
Even though Mandela doesn't ask any questions in this scene, his actions show a posture of humble inquiry. When he enters, he greets them in Afrikaans. That's their language, not his. He also thanks them for being there in such short notice. He acknowledges that they have a right to leave, that he can't force them to stay. Finally, he tells them he needs them, that he can't do the job without them. This movie, along with the readings, has given us a different understanding of leadership. We now understand how important it is to develop our inner selves. Leaders are taught to develop by learning best practices, getting mentored, and taking classes. But we don't really hear about the importance of reflection and introspection. By looking within and reflecting on our own internal dialogue, we can make better choices before we act. We can understand what really fuels us, and we can be better leaders overall. Below are some questions we still have about leadership. Take a moment to read them. We'd love to know what you think. Thank you for letting us share our learning with you.